What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and a lot of people are starting to wonder what will happen if President Donald Trump loses the election but refuses to concede or leave the White House. As you can see here, President Donald Trump is now trailing pretty significantly in the actual election polls, and now he's actually behind in Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Georgia, and he actually needs to win all of these states to be reelected. And the president has been pretty evasive on whether he will even concede to losing or if he will fight it all the way to the bitter end. Let me show you what he has to say.
Win, lose, or draw in this election, will you commit here today for a peaceful transferal of power after the election? There has been rioting in Louisville. There's been rioting in many cities across this country, red and your so-called red and blue states. Will you commit to making sure that there is a peaceful transferal of power after the election?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transferal of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation. The ballots are out of control. You know it. And you know who knows it better than anybody else? The Democrats know it better than anybody else. Go ahead.
The second question is, will you...
Please, go ahead.
Why won't you...
And with the many scandals that we've already had in this election, the question is, will President Donald Trump ever concede? Trump has told people that he has no plans to concede, even if his path to victory is completely blocked. Trump says this is no longer about any single election. This is about the integrity of our entire election process. We will pursue this process through every aspect of law to guarantee the American people have the confidence in our government. I will never give up fighting for you and our nation. President Donald Trump and his team are currently suing and involved in lawsuits in several different states that they are losing across the country and pretty much challenging almost anything that they can with a lawsuit. The president says that he's willing to take all these matters all the way up to the Supreme Court, which plays a pretty big role right now. Remember that Supreme Court justice that President Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell rushed to get appointed, and get actually elected into the Supreme Court before the election took place? Well, that might be an extra ace. You see, President Donald Trump has now appointed 3 different judges to lifetime terms on the Supreme Court. There's only 9 judges currently on the Supreme Court. That's if the Democrats don't pack the court next year, if they can. And with 3 out of the 9 judges being personally appointed by President Donald Trump, and 3 more judges out of the 9 being Republican, President Donald Trump has 6 out of the 9 judges on the Supreme Court as Republicans, 3 of which he personally appointed. So the question is, will any of these judges actually vote against President Donald Trump with any challenges that do make it all the way to the Supreme Court from the election? It's probably unlikely. A lot of Supreme Court decisions actually come out and they end like a 5-4 decision. Previously, before Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, it was 5 Republicans and 4 Democrats, and you would see a lot of cases end up 5-4. Now there's 6 Republicans and only 3 Democrats, and the question is, will any of them actually vote against President Donald Trump, or will we actually see cases that hold up in the Supreme Court and all of the ballots are thrown out for entire states and we have to see complete recounts or actually revotes? Could you imagine actually having entire states do a complete revoting of the 2020 election? But if Trump does ultimately lose and he's still challenging it up to January 21st, then, well, we may have some different issues. Joe Biden and the Democrats say that if President Donald Trump does lose and he won't leave, he will be escorted out by the federal government and the Secret Service. Quote, as we said on July 19th, the American people will decide this election, Biden's team said in a statement on Friday. Quote, and the United States government is perfectly capable of escorting trespassers out of the White House, referring to President Donald Trump and his team. Quote, the Secret Service would escort him off. They would treat him like any old man who had wandered onto the property, said one former official involved in the transition process between former President Barack Obama and President Donald Trump. As of noon on January 20th, 2021, the beast doesn't belong to him. Air Force One doesn't belong to him, and the White House doesn't belong to him. Quote, the transition process is automated. There is no, quote, do it yourself move. So if he doesn't have a designated place, they'll decide it for him. Basically, the systematic thing will happen whether he's a willing participant or not. A POTUS becomes the commander in chief upon taking the presidential oath of office. A former POTUS does not retain any authorities as they relate to U.S. armed forces. Oh, and by the way, if we have a contested election when January 20th comes, there will be no president currently. President Donald Trump will have to vacate. Joe Biden will not be allowed to take office if it's still contested. The president then becomes the current Speaker of the House, who at this moment is Nancy Pelosi. That's right, Nancy Pelosi would become the current president of the United States, at least temporarily, if January 20th comes around and we still have a contested election. That's if she wins her new speaker role, which both Democrats and Republicans are vowing to fire her from her current speaker position and to put Hakeem Jeffries in there, another current Democrat, into the House speaker role because, quite frankly, both Democrats and Republicans are fed up with Nancy Pelosi and her delaying of a second stimulus package and another stimulus check for months before the election. So the questions are, will the Supreme Court overturn election results? Will we have to have complete revoting in entire states of the 2020 election? And if not, and President Donald Trump does end up losing this election, which is the path that the electoral votes are currently going towards, will President Donald Trump concede and will he actually leave the White House on his own accord? Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Keep it clean because YouTube does have filters on their comments, and if it's not clean, your comment will likely go off somewhere into cyberspace. Also, don't forget to like this video. It really helps out our channel. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos like this. And I also do videos on the second stimulus check coming out. I'm sure you won't want to miss those. You can click on these top videos here to watch my newest videos and videos about the second stimulus check. And this video here teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.